What's up, Lala? What's up, Damon? I'm gonna announce that I'm live. Alright, what's up, Jerky? What's up, Chooch? Ashraf, what's up, my man? You good, Ryan? Good at NLMB. Trump speaking? I think he spoke yesterday. Did he not? Good at SD. Locked in. Top step accounts. Do you have another account? Discord met? No, that's not me, Robert. That's a scammer. Okay, daily charts. We never reached that daily busy. I'm gonna mark out my key levels before any bias or anything. Just marking out the key levels. You select trade of 8 on Top Step Combine? Nope, I use Top Step X. I'm bearish, bullish, today is bullish. A lot of people seem to be conflicted. Makes sense why people would be conflicted today. So put this here. The reason you're likely conflicted, do you use Great Pools? No, but I will look at the wicks if we're rejecting. The reason you're probably conflicted is very simple. It's because we have all-time highs, which we're very close to, and we have previous day high open. And tomorrow, we have, sorry, not tomorrow. And we have also the daily bullish for value gap. So we could see something like this. We could also see something like this. Both scenarios make sense. Now, we do have an SMT inside this fair value gap. ES did touch the daily fair value gap. So unless we start to expand, it looks like ES is going to take previous day's low. If ES is going to take previous day low, then I expect NASDAQ to come down. It all comes down to, I think that would be the majority of our game plan there. So if ES is going to take this low, and we left perfect equal highs though. I favor longs. I favor longs because on bullish higher time frame, I think we get a new all-time high. But we shall see. How's everyone doing? Already said hard time being buy side. Yeah, but when you're near all-time highs, you kind of just expect it to get hit. It almost always does. I use top step X, yeah. The only reason I use top step X is so I can copy trade. You want to see the daily BISI? I mean, the best longs will be from the daily BISI, yeah. You trade it, yep, because it's FOMC minutes, I don't mind. But it could definitely be a range day. Even though it's minutes, it can still be sloppy morning. A little bit sloppier. Usually not as bad, but sloppier. Yep, copy trade several accounts, exactly. The EU looks bearish now, even though we're inside the daily BISI. Even though we left equal highs. Buys. Okay, everyone keeps asking me buys. I will cover everything I see as soon as I minimize chat. So in about 5-6 minutes, we will minimize the chat. Avoid trading. If you want to trade in the absolute best conditions every single time, then yeah, you probably want to avoid if that's how you want to trade. I'm bullish in the grand scheme of things. The weekly, the monthly. I think we will see a new all-time high on NASDAQ. I think it fits the Trump coming into president narrative, and we see higher markets. I think, in just probability speaking, most of the time we're near all-time highs, we make a new all-time high. It's a very significant level, right? It's the highest of all time. So like, it makes sense, even if it's going to be manually intervened, it makes sense to come up all the way here. If we're going to come this close, we're probably going to get a new all-time high. It's pretty rare that we leave relative equal highs. Well, we can leave relative equal highs and then we're going to go up. Do you own any regular stocks? Yes, brother. I'm actually pretty good up on some positions right now because I bought some NVIDIA like when NQ was down here. So I own NVIDIA, AMD, and Apple. I'll update you guys on my positions if you are curious. So NVIDIA, we are up about, I'll give you guys in percentages. We're about 8% of my portfolio, 8% gain on NVIDIA. Around 8% gain. AMD, we're close to break even. We're like down 0.1%. And on Apple, we're up like 1%. We're up 1% on Apple. So AMD, we're down 0.5%. Apple, we're up 1%. And NVIDIA, we're up like 8%. No, not 8%. What am I saying? 5% on NVIDIA. So overall, we're up 6%. Imagine dumping into relative equal lows. I mean, yeah, I love those relative equal lows. I'm very surprised we kept them. I was bearish when we were coming down here towards that level, but you just got to read the order flow sometimes. We failed to get here. We got a large wick and we expanded. So just got to read it sometimes. Buys. Intraday, I haven't really talked about anything. Primarily, I'm going to look for intraday stuff, guys, today. I'm not going to be relying heavily on the daily chart for a bias. The reason is we have FOMC minutes. I don't think the morning session is likely to expand. It could. We could come all the way down here. We could go all the way up here. But I'm not going to look for that this morning. I'm just going to look for low-hanging fruit intraday objectives. I'm going to trade primarily with something intraday. in the grand scheme of things, I am bullish. I think we will see a new all-time high. We may leave relative equal highs here and then come down and then go. That's okay. But in the grand scheme of things, I think we will see a new all-time high. So ideally, the higher probability trades will be longs because I believe eventually we're going to see this candle. And this candle, basically what I'm trying to say, I think is going to form one day. So ideally we take longs and we catch a nice trade in that direction. But for now, I'm looking for intraday stuff. Today could be seek and destroy morning for sure. So we'll go into the intraday charts in about 2 minutes. Normal NQ already hit all-time highs. This is normal NQ, and we did not hit all-time highs. I don't know what you mean. This is the mini chart, yes. That's possible, Jake. Yep. You know, I actually own NVIDIA. I kind of want to sell before earnings because I don't want it to like surge so much that I can't sell. US 100 took all-time high, no problem. US 100 is not the futures contract. How does your pair show at the bottom and not the top left? This is an indicator. You think 150K counts better than 50K? No, I don't think it's worth it. I think, in my opinion, unless you're looking for long-term accounts that you're going to keep for the rest of your life, you should just do 50Ks because you can get aggressive with 50Ks, pass them quick, and be a little bit more because they're not as expensive, right? How US 100 E-mini difference? E-mini is the NASDAQ futures contract. It is central towards every single broker. It's one price, every single broker. It's centralized. It's also the most traded thing. And it's probably the biggest indicator of US economy, maybe besides the dollar. That's one. Two, the US 100 is a derivative of the NASDAQ. It's called a contract for differences. Just a little bit different type of contract. I don't want to say, but it's kind of like your bootleg. Kind of like your bootleg thing. It's like Costco and Walmart. All right, I'm going to minimize chat now. We are going to lock in. Have I done taxes? I've done my taxes before, but it's not like I've made so much money where I got to pay insane taxes. I mean, this is the NASDAQ E-mini futures contract, CME data. Every chart should have the exact same data. I don't know why it's saying we took all-time highs. All-time highs is 22.4, so I don't know, unless they're looking at the month delivery contract. Even then, we did not take it, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure why. We definitely have not taken all-time highs, not on this chart. Do you have any 150K? No, I only have 50Ks. All right, I'm going to minimize chat, guys, and we will start to focus up here. I'll talk about intraday objectives, like I said. So I see a lot of people keep asking me. I'll answer it one more time. I'm not looking for daily bias today. I don't think the daily candle is going to ring. Right now, it looks like order flow is bearish. We do have Asia high of day, which I don't like. We do have a manipulation above midnight open, so we did see premium pricing today and expanded lower. Order flow is definitely bearish. It looks like, based on the order flow, it looks like we're going to reach for previous day's low, at least on the S&P. That would allow us to get, if NQ can also reach that level, that would allow us to probably reach the daily BISI, which can be a very strong ground liquidity pool. So for now, I'm not going to try to fight this order flow. I'll probably look for some sort of continuation to previous day's low. Maybe if we get inverse to 15, then we can look for reversal ideas. I do want to play inside the range. Like ideally, if I could have a best case scenario, I just play inside this most recent 15-minute range. This 15-minute range right here. If I could just, we move up, I take a short to this level, I'll be content on the day, and that can be it. I think that's going to happen. No, we're probably going to get some volatility at 9:30, and I will not get to participate in a move like that. So we'll have to see. I like that we left these equal lows. We do have S&P at them, but I think they're equal lows. Let us check out their. Whoa. I was gonna say that's a huge gap, but no, it's right there. This is where we opened. This is where we closed. Quarters. We'll just do it like this for today. The 20-point gap, so not too significant, but we'll just leave it like that anyways. Okay. What I would like to see right now, if I'm gonna get this short opportunity, is a run and taking the buy side, and then maybe an inversion or any PD rate that forms off of that. So I want to see it come up, give me an inversion, and then, you know what, let's just chart on the micro. Chart on the micro. I'm gonna be trading the micro. So. Close. So I'm just marking out the opening range gap. I can use that in confluence in my trade. So I'm just gonna eyeball the quadrant levels. All right. You could short this right now. The risk reward is pretty awful, but it would meet the criteria for my short. I'm sure someone probably took that short. It would have been something like that. Like the risk reward is awful, man. I don't even tell you more than that. It's 0.95 R, and not the best trade. Well, the setup is good. The risk reward is bad. It does meet my criteria though. Maybe if we can yeah, never mind. I was gonna say. All right. Well, that's unfortunate, but we still have that previous day low. So far, we are still bearish. Something else I want to mark up is actually this 15-minute city. I'll just remember that we're inside it. It's fine. So we do take out some sell side there. If I'm gonna go long now, short, I just see two things. Either we come back up and take the buy side and then reverse. That would be A+ for me. If we can take the highs and then get a breaker or CISD. Alternatively, we form a bullish fair value gap trading into. I mean, right now, honestly, the only thing that my model will form is we have to take out a high for me to go short. So unless we take out a high, I really can't go shorts, and I'll have to wait a bit till like 9:50 or 10 before, and some more candles need to form. I'm not gonna check the chat, but if anyone's here, just remember that I am not reading chat. I'm gonna be commentating and trading. If my model forms, I will trade, hopefully without hesitation. That is always the plan. I want to quickly check a British pound because I was looking for something. We touched the daily CB. Sorry, daily BISI. This could deliver higher. It could go lower into this, but I do want to just keep a small eye on it. Breaker or something. All right. All right. So on the 1-minute chart, yeah, I'm just waiting to see. Like I said, if I'm gonna take shorts, I have to take a high. Right now, I'm not interested in longs. It's hard because there's no really key level to play off of. And we do have this big hourly bullish fair value gap, I guess, but we traded all the way down here. I'd be pretty surprised if we don't take previous day low. This is also 50% of previous day's range. Oh, sorry, this is it. This is yesterday's range. So we are in discount. Okay, we did touch this fair value gap. I'm going to look to the 15-second chart now and see if we get an inversion. If so, I can go short. This would be my price delivery continuum theory entry model. But like I said, best case scenario, we take out the high. That would be best case scenario. So far, we tapped the 15-second and we're delivering higher, so it looks like we might continue higher. I want to see ideally the highs get taken. If we take out the highs, man, that would be just absolutely amazing. Even like if we take out the ultimate high and put it in an SMT, which I think we will do. I have to make sure I can quickly calculate my risk to reward on it. What am I doing? It's right here. I have to make sure I can quickly calculate my risk to reward. I know we can just take the trade and I don't want to miss a trade when I'm just sitting there calculating, so I'll just make sure I get in and then on this account we're gonna risk a little more though. Okay, that's a nice candle. Like I said, I want to see the high get touched. We get an SMT. I'm starting to like this setup. If we can get something like an inversion or a breaker, I would take an inversion here if it forms. So nothing yet. Oh, this is your first presentation right here. You gotta make sure you annotate that correctly. Include the volume imbalance. This one is not first presentation. It is this one right here. So this is a BISI, and I will extend that out in time. I want to see this SMT get put in. Ideally, we get something like this, and then a breaker. That would be the best. Because I don't want to see us inverse this 15-minute order flow really bullish right now. So again, if I'm going to short, I need to see a breaker. This would be an A plus double purge model. However, if you are bullish, I can see it on the other side as well. We took sell side, buy side. Sorry, we took out buy side and then sell side. I can see the longs. Like I said, I think it's possible we get previous day low. This would be a very nice double purge. We see them move on sell side, engineer this low. Unfortunately, it's not relative equal to anything else. That would have been like A plus plus. We actually swept all the relative equal lows here. So that is unfortunate that we didn't leave that. But we can still get a double purge. We did engineer this low. So we'll see. Just need to see the highs get taken. Oh, we did take out the highs, so we'll leave it like this for now. If we got an inversion here, it's a short candidate, that's for sure. There will be no clean CISD on 15-second, 30-second, or I want to see another leg. I really do want to see another leg. That would be A plus for me. Yeah, I just want to see another leg. Another leg would be ideal. Yeah, it's really not ideal if we just go lower here. We don't need to go higher. We don't need to go higher. But if we do go higher and then break lower, it'll be a higher probability setup for me. But let's see, if we get the inversion here, I'm not going to hesitate. We'll enter short, stop it to high. I won't hesitate on this. So if I entered short here, stop at the high, 30, so it's $600 risk. It's not bad for this account. As soon as it ticks up, I'll short first presentation. All right, there. So I'm shorting first presentation there. My stop will be at the high of the inversion fair value gap. So this is your first presentation. We were aiming for previous day low primarily. I want to see this form as a bearish order block. So shorting my classic model here. This is my classic model. This is my classic. This line's pretty good. We'll use this line. I want to see this form as an order block. This is what will confirm lower prices. Now you just relax. You relax. Out of your control now. If the bodies stay within first presentation, that's also ideal. Of course, that's I'm looking at how we're respecting this gap, but I'm also looking at this gap. Also, I forgot to hit record. So we are entering short off first presentation. I want to see this form as a bearish order block. We're in 10 micros on this account. ES is making higher highs. Kind of weird. We did get the bearish order block there, but like I said, ES is making higher highs. So let's give us a little bit of time. We do have a divergence with uncorrelated right now. Low-hanging fruit objective would be a 1 standard deviation of this leg. So we can definitely look potentially for something like this as a low-hanging fruit. I didn't mean to touch the stop. Trying to be precise with the annotations. Yeah, ES making higher highs, which I don't like. Looks like ES wants to bump up this high, which is fine. Right, our stop's all the way up here. But we'll see. Yeah, we'll just see. Macro is in 7 minutes. I kind of want to see a one-sided delivery of the entire New York AM session, pretty much all the way to previous day low. Just like, you know, like a slow, all the way down. Obviously, we do have to find some partial levels. There isn't anything too clean. I mean, there's a low right here. I don't want to say it's random, but it's kind of random. This kind of looks just like it's previous day low or it's wrong, you know? It's just one of those where it's a low resistance run between all bits. There's nothing here. So we either run to previous day low or we don't run lower. So I'm honestly kind of happy to just hold this. Yeah, I mean, we could look for 50% of this wick. Like, this would be the only level I'd be interested in taking a partial at. And this rejection block right there. Let's call it this wick. So like, really, yeah. But honestly, if I'm being honest, I want to hold this all the way to previous day low. Just because if we go lower, I really think that's where we're gonna go. If we go lower, I think we're gonna go all the way there. It also could be range bound, which we discussed earlier. Very strong candle forming right now. We're retesting this order block, which is fine. It's permissible. Ideally, we close below the opening price. But we are forming, what do we have here? Yeah, 3 minute. I prefer this stay open as well, but we do have, like I said, we do have a 3 minute Sydney, so we can definitely touch into that. There you go. We just touched the 3 minute Sydney. Hopefully we can respect that. And then this, if this forms as a propulsion block, that would be like A plus. We'd probably deliver all the way to sell side from there. So if we get a move lower now, that would be very high probability. I like this wick so far. It has not closed yet though. ES is just going sideways. So uh, not the best closure on that candle. Did close quite higher than I wanted it to, but we respected. We're so far respecting the 3 minute bearish fair value gap. So let's give it time. The trade idea is good. This is, I give it at least like an A setup, A minus. The only reason it's not A plus is because it is FOMC minutes in the afternoon. So it's possible we just don't have that range we're looking for, right? That movement. But in terms of setup, this is pretty much a definitely in the A category. We got the double purge, the SMT, 15-minute bearish fair value gap, 15-minute order block. We have a low resistance liquidity run lower. Previous day low is in play. It's very nice. See if we can get this propulsion block. And I really don't want to partial. I did draw out this line right here. But like I said, I really do think we can just go all the way. That might be a little greedy. But yeah, I mean, I think we can go all the way. So we're just going sideways right now. No order block form there. We actually failed to form the order block. If this 3 minute can close nicely, that'd be great. ES still just going sideways. We could wait for the macro here. I think our stop loss should be safe. ES looks like it's about to take out the highs, put in another SMT. Oh, ES is going to take out this high right now and put in an SMT like this. This propulsion block has not formed, by the way. I'm waiting. I want to see it form. Let's just remove it like this for now. ES still has not taken out the highs. The macro is approaching. We can make an annotation for the macro. So hopefully the macro delivers us lower, and 10 a.m. is a continuation, not a reversal. Because if 10 a.m. is a reversal, that means we're going to take out this high. If 10 a.m. is a continuation, means we'll dump, and then 10 a.m. can just trade up into some sort of premium array and then dump again, which would be ideal for us. That's ideal for us. We also have pretty much full gap closure here of opening range gap, so there's not much reason to go higher unless we're just bullish, which is a good reason to lose a trade. I'm very happy to lose a trade because I had the wrong bias. Because I know that probabilities will play in my favor long term. I also could lose this trade because it's ranging. Like, look at ES. I don't know how many of you can see my right monitor, but look at ES has not made any significant price run. It is stuck in a 5-point range. And if I was in ES, I would have closed. But because I'm in NQ, it's weaker. Which, by the way, it's not really weaker. It's just not consolidating. Took out this short-term low. It's a very nice candle. I'm very surprised ES didn't take out those highs. I'll put in my buy limit here at previous day low. Yeah, I think this is just one where I know I say like I implement partials, but I think this is just one of those ones where you kind of just leave it. Like, in my opinion, we either go previous day low or I'm wrong about the trade, you know? So I'm happy to just leave it on a trade like this. And if it stops us, who cares, right? But that was one risk to reward right there. We did hit that line I drew. This line was referring to this old low. Could have partialed there, but like I said, this is primarily a low resistance liquidity run. There's nothing here, I guess, besides this low, maybe this 10-minute bullish fair value gap. But if we're gonna come all the way down there, probably gonna take out previous day low. So like I said, I'm happy to just hold this and probably take off like 7 or 8 at this level. So just leave it like that for now. In terms of price action, we did get a closure below this low. This is now a bearish breaker. I do want to bring my stop to that bearish breaker level. It'll also cover mean threshold of the order block right here. And we did get the propulsion block. You really, if you wanted to be very, very nitpicky, you could bring your stop to break even and hope that it does not give you a retracement. The only reason I am not is because we do have a breaker. So if we want to trade into this breaker, which we are doing so right now, this is your bearish breaker. I'm not going to annotate it, but just know that we do have a breaker here. High, low, higher, high, lower, low. So we are trading into that right now. I hope that delivers lower pricing. Unfortunately, there's no fair value gap aligning with the breaker. We do have an S&T at the sell side right now. Equal lows on ES. Remove some of these annotations to make this better. A little cleaner, I think. Make this bigger. It's macro time, so I don't want to say now or never, but ideally now. This again would become a propulsion block if we can close below its opening price, the series of the candle. So again, that would be a nice confluence. That price is going to stay heavy. If we fail to make it, potential confluence, that price is not going to stay heavy. So I'm looking for that signature. ES did just touch a bearish fair value gap, so we can annotate that. See if it respects 50%, see if it inverses, stuff like that. We did leave these equal highs on ES, so possible we go run them. We also engineered some equal lows on ES. A no body candle there. Honestly, this is your order block, which I actually annotated incorrectly. This is an order block, but this is a very nice bearish order block. So 3 up close candles taking the buy side. So let's annotate it correctly. I do want to keep an eye out for 50% of the bearish breaker, but I do want to see if we can respect that. So 50% of the bearish breaker is pretty much around my entry. So if we get a closure above my entry, I have a little bit of a red flag. If we get a closure above my entry, I'm not gonna close the trade instantly if we close above my entry. But like I said, that is a bearish breaker. I want to see us for 50% of it, ideally. We failed to get the first presentation here. Interesting. Very range bound market. I was really hoping that this move lower would have formed this small breakaway gap. Looks like we are getting that retracement though. We did hit that line I drew perfectly, which is actually quite funny. We hit that line pretty much perfectly and traded higher. Looks like we'll get the S&T. ES will probably take out the highs now. I want to see NASDAQ lag. By lag, I mean like not go as high as ES. I want to see it stay weaker. Because ES will probably run these equal highs. So we've been looking at those for a while. And that's okay. It can run those equal highs if it wants to. ES inverted its fair value gap. Well, I didn't take that correctly. If we can re-inverse right now, then I would expect these highs to stay open and we come down to sell side. But like I said, I think those highs will get taken. Watching the 2 minute here, if we get a closure above this level, that will become a bullish breaker. This will become a bullish order block. I'll probably close the trade if that forms. I don't want to be in a short when we have just formed a bullish order block and a bullish breaker block. We will have an SMT though, so we'll be cautious of that as well. So that's what I'm looking at right now. What you need to remember here, this is like completely out of my control. All I can do at this point is read the candlesticks and the order flow. Let's see what happens. There is a volume imbalance right here. Just try your best to not be attached to the money whatsoever. It literally does not matter. It's not even in your control. There's nothing you can do besides manage the trade with your best interests. That's all you got to do. ES failing to inverse. That's what I'm looking at right now. I feel like if ES can inverse this fair value gap, then we can potentially expand lower. Yeah, just waiting. Looks like we're going sideways. Looks like 10 a.m. might send us lower if we're going to go lower. Make that. If we are bearish, in fact, it looks like it'll happen at 10 a.m. I like where my stop is, so I kind of just want to hold on to this one. This is taking a while though, for sure. We did inverse that volume imbalance, but like I said, ES has not inversed its fair value gap, but I do like that we inversed that volume imbalance. Look at ES stopping dead tracks and that inversion fair value gap. It really does look like it's going to run the highs. That's what you get for trading FOMC minutes, right? Typical stuff. Typical stuff. And there is another volume imbalance right there, actually. I did not see that. So there is another volume imbalance right there. So this would become a order block right here. Sorry, a propulsion block. Look at ES, still bullish, man. I feel like we're one Drake candle on ES away from actually expanding to the previous day low. I should look for, you know what I should look for is not other entries, but if my model forms again, like another one of my models formed, I could use that in comps ones that we're going to go lower, which we have not seen. Have not seen any retracement into a short-term high and then an inversion fair value gap. So kind of a red flag there. I want to see a closure below this level. I do not want to see it wick at this level. This would form a propulsion block. Again, ES not inverting that fair value gap. So I'm just looking at that. This could be another engineering of a low. Like ES is completely range bound. Completely range bound. It has not even made a lower low in the New York session yet. It hasn't even taken out minor sell side. Well, I guess it has made a lower low right here. 932. Want to see this close below. It would become a propulsion block. It's a propulsion block. I don't know if anyone's asking. I'm not reading chat, so if anyone's asking what the hell is a propulsion block, a propulsion block is an order block that forms off of another order block. So if this is your bearish order block, the fact that we come up here, touch it, and then come back below, this is a propulsion block. So it's just another form of an order block. So you can see the 2 minute candle. The 2 minutes clean, the 2 minutes also clean. On the 2 minute, you can see this is a bearish order block. We trade up into it. This candle, right there, it touches the order block. And in fact, let's actually mark it out like that because it's clean on the 2 minute. That's what that is. So no closure below. No closure below. Not ideal. ES did inverse, but looks like it's about to re-inverse. Very range bound. This is where like decision making matters. Part of me, I'm just being straight up with you guys. Part of me says maybe you should just close the trade here. Approximately 1 risk to reward. Why? Because it's taking way too long. We haven't seen, we haven't seen any real displacement since I've entered. You got to move lower, but on ES we're just consolidating. So I'm starting to think, is it possible that we just stay in this range? I'm not going to close the trade. I'm not saying anything like that, but like the longer you're in the trade, this is just like trading psychology. The longer you're in the trade, the more likely it is you're going to make a decision that probably wasn't in your best interest, but it's hard to see that at the time. That's just the reality of it. We did get the 3 minute closure below, so this is a 3 minute order block. The ES is finally going to take out those equal highs. I really do hope we can reverse at 10 a.m. after doing so. So 10 a.m. reversal model on ES. If that forms, that is like my second entry idea. You seriously fell short? Just please take the high, man. Just take the high. You've been looking at those equal highs for like 20 minutes or something. 12 minutes. What the chat is saying right now. Did you guys take a trade? Are you guys in the trade? Do you guys close? I know some of you signal botting me, unfortunately. I know a lot of people who signal bot me, but then they just close it like 1R or 2R. Like they would have closed it like somewhere here where I drew this line. I'm not even trying to just sound arrogant. Like I know for a fact. I'm 100% certain. Unless they're just all not here today. Yeah, sometimes I do hold my trades too long, but I think this is a clear one to me. If we're gonna go lower, it's very likely previous day low. Just hopefully we can continue this expansion. I mean, that was a nice candle. Hopefully it continue. And look at those equal highs on ES. So we could close about 2R right now. I'm just gonna hold it. My emotions did get a little bit spiked when I saw that candle. I'm gonna be completely honest. Let's also make sure we're checking the ES and the NQ because that's where the primary analysis is. We did form those equal lows. I mean, we rejected off the propulsion block, the volume imbalance. 10 a.m. open, came up, came down. We're almost at -1 standard deviations. Probably not gonna take a partial there. It's just so close to previous day low. So I'll partial at previous day low though. I will partial at previous day low though. This is a bearish fair value gap. Ideally, this fair value gap holds and delivers lower. I feel like whenever I miss moves, I always see fair value gaps like this, and I don't trust them because it's so far down. I will probably just look for it like it. And I'm gonna remove the limit order here. I only put it there so you guys could see that I was gonna look to close there. Just know that I'm just gonna probably close at that level, right? On my Top Step account, I will full close at that level. By the way, on my Top Step, I only did 5 micros. So when you see the P&L, whether it's lose or win, right? Don't get complacent. Now, a lot of people. Oh, also I will bring my stop down to this 5-minute order block. And we'll put it right there just so we can see the P&L. I'm just going to put it here so you can see the P&L. So stops are covered now. We are risk-free on the trade. I actually never put a stop loss on TopStepX. I completely forgot. It is a risk-free trade now. The reason is we formed a 5-minute order block. So I am looking to close at this level. Just remember that's what I am looking for. And nothing else. Maybe a little lower. Like what I'm thinking is take off 8 there, trail the stop, and then maybe if we are lucky, we can get a nice 2.5 standard deviations to that level. These are just the levels we marked out pre-stream. But what I want to say here, what I think is very important, if anyone is in a trade, anyone is watching this trade, never get complacent. Don't ever be like, oh man, guaranteed take profit. But no, forget all that. It's just business. If it hits CP, it hits CP. It's not in your control. You just got to stay calm. You just got to stay calm. Put the limit there for 8. It's literally not in your control. So there's really no point in getting all frantic. In fact, ES did not close below the sell side level. Definitely something to keep in consideration. We are getting really close to previous day low. So I'd be pretty surprised if we don't take it. Or if we come all the way back up above the 5-minute order block high, and then, that would be pretty surprising if I'm being honest. So, but you never know, man. Some crazy stuff can happen sometimes. We have 3 minutes left in the macro. I would love for this to just come and get me out in the next 3 minutes. We just get another one of those big displacement candles. Yeah. All right. So I'm just looking at these candles. Yeah, there's a 1 minute SIBI here. There's nothing else that really formed besides these 2 wicks. ES is trading into a bearish fair value gap. Let's clear up the ES chart. ES is so bad right now. I'm gonna quickly glance at NVIDIA. Yeah, I was gonna assume NVIDIA's down. It just kept dumping all morning. Tesla's up though. Really? Tesla's up? Oh yeah, I mean, makes sense. ES will fail to just keep going lower. I do want to see us touch this. I mean, ideally we leave it as a breakaway gap. That would be the most high probability PD rate to form right now in terms of going lower. I want to see if we're really heavy to the downside, then these candles will also support price, just like the other ones. Just like this one. Same thing here. But this is a deep discount now, so it's not exactly the same. If we get a closure below here, though, that's really good because ES will be leaving the SIBI. All right, now it's just a matter of PP or not, I'd be a bad trader if I let this go without securing any profits. I would be a bad trader. I mean, at this point, previous day low is a very high probability objective. I'd be very surprised if we do not take previous day's low. I will secure my limit order. I really don't want a limit. I'm going to put my limit here, and I'm going to look to just sell it as it comes down, if that makes sense. Hopefully I don't click buy and then it hits my limit, and that would be funny. That would be such a fail. I'm just going to leave my limit order there. I'm going to quickly glance at the NASDAQ chart. Not making any mistakes today, man. You know how many times I've made that mistake? So we are forming a bearish fair value gap here. This looks like it's a breakaway gap. You could trail your stop to this level. But it's a 5-minute bearish, so I would just leave it, to be honest. I like where my stop is. This could have been a partial right here. The only reason I'm not partialing, any other trade idea I would be. The only reason I'm not is because I'm like pretty confident in the idea that it's previous day low. So I would rather just, like, I'm willing to just take the chance that this reverses on me completely and does not take out this level. I'm willing to take that chance, because if that happens, I know it's pretty rare. Maybe some of you disagree, right? To let this reverse on you would be outrageous without securing anything. Yeah, that'd be pretty outrageous. But I don't know if you guys remember earlier, what I said was I just want to see this kind of be one-sided all session. The reason I say that is because it's FOMC minutes. So we're either going to range or we're primarily going to be one-sided and not offer that many entries. That's why I say I want it to be one. It's typical. I've seen this before. So again, here I want to see a closure below this candle, just like we did right here. Hopefully this just delivers us, right? We are outside the macro. We're right there. It's pretty close. You could close, I think, about, I don't know how much risk to reward this was, but I think we're about 2.5 now. Notice how ES literally did not even move. Like barely. Like ES is like not even lower. I feel bad for anyone who took the trade on ES. They'd probably be very frustrated right now. I don't like this wick below this candle. I'm not gonna overthink it too much, but ideally we get that closure. Just clean continuation, one-sided all the way down is always ideal. If we inverse this, would I close? Nah, honestly, at this point, I'll probably just sit here through this. Candle has a no low on ES. We did touch the order block right here. I would love for this to just come back all the way down. Easy to get emotional now, you know, like, oh no, look at that candle forming. We're not going to take previous day low, close something. Maybe, you know, it's not in my control though. But everything looks pretty good here. I'd be very surprised if we didn't take previous day's low. What I need to ask myself is, if we don't take previous day's low here, am I going to go back and say in my journal I should have partialed that somewhere? No, I don't think so. You know, I don't think I would say that. I don't think I would say that. I think I would just say in my journal, like, you know, I was confident in previous day low. We didn't take it. Maybe I said range day, but obviously we're expanding. ES is very iffy though. ES being very iffy here is not a bad reason to just close, right? It's not bad. We're literally right there. So I don't like how that candle flipped. 2 minute, we are trading into a 2-minute SIBI. 3 minute, nothing really clean, no clean efficiencies. 4 minute, nothing. 5 minute, we do have a bearish fair value gap higher. 10 minute, we are forming a 10-minute SIBI. 15 minute, we have nothing besides a wick. So that's all. The bodies are stopping at 50%, which is nice. Hopefully this candle can actually close below. That's what I'm looking at right now. Do we respect this fair value gap? Do we close below the up close candles? That's what I'm looking for to gauge the strength and weakness of my current position. Do we respect it? Do we respect the premium arrays? That's all. If we continue respecting premium arrays, no reason to even consider closing. What I need to do is just forget about this number and just literally try to do what this trade tells me is my best in my best interests. So far, we're still respecting premium arrays, so yes, it's like picking up volatility. I just saw that. So I'm looking at this. This could be our potential final order block that sends us lower. We did poke to the high of that city. That's not ideal. Ideally, we don't even touch the high, but there we did. So I would probably demand like an immediate move lower now. If you're gonna completely fill an imbalance, ideally you see an immediate move lower. I'm gonna watch the candles closely. I'm not worried yet. I'm not thinking about closing just yet. We do have a 5-minute SIBI right here. I will annotate that. Remember, our stops are covered, so it wouldn't be a loss either way. So I will annotate this SIBI on the 5 minutes and see if that can deliver us lower. This would actually be a protraction model for me if we get an inversion fair value up here. So I'm hoping this 5-minute SIBI can deliver us lower. That is a deep retracement though, and that's just gonna happen. That is a very deep retracement. And that's just gonna happen when you trade. So I'm watching it. ES is above New York Open. ES is trading, look at my cursor, all the way up here. That's quite crazy if you ask me. That is quite crazy. I mean, I'm not too worried. We do have a new 50-minute candle opening, and it is opening bullish. But again, if we get an inversion fair value gap here, that would meet the criteria for me to take a re-entry. I'm not gonna re-enter this trade, but it would meet the criteria. So that would be an extra confluence, if anything, because we have a retracement into a premium array and then an inversion. So I'm watching this. And you know what? I really like that we didn't touch this. If we can just immediately come lower now, that would be very high probability. I'm looking at this fair value gap that just formed. I want to see it inverse. I want to see it inverse and close like down here. Not even like nearby. Not the best reaction so far. Oh. It's just simple. Just want to see this inverse. I'm going to draw this out with lines because it's a thin fair value gap. Got to close below. We did not close below. No inversion. Is it like a 15-minute forming or something? 10 minutes. We got a 15-minute immediate rebalance, so that's kind of like one of your best confluences for lower prices. So this 15-minute candle was, this 15-minute candle was gonna form a fair value gap, but then it came back all the way up, touched the wick. That's an immediate rebalance of price. So there was an inefficient delivery for a moment there, but then we immediately redelivered before the inefficiency could form. So that's a good confluence in terms of higher time frame, but yeah, we got to see the displacement now. Otherwise, it means nothing. Same thing on the hourly. Again, no inversion of that fair value gap. Ugh. The key here is to not make any decisions based on fear. Every decision you make needs to be confident and logic based. We've been in this trade for approximately 40 minutes now. This could be potentially one of my longer trades. I've taken trades like over an hour though, so we'll see. So ES actually inversed that fair value gap. Interesting. The bearish one over here. But now we're focused on ES. And I would want to see this form as an order block. I will just say that now. If this forms as an order block, we should have no problem taking out previous day low whatsoever. There's your inversion. So again, that could be a re-entry opportunity. I'm not going to take it because I don't know why. I already took 10 micros. I'm already break even. Obviously, I could re-enter and put my stop like there. I'd rather just let this go. I want to see a closure below this level. That would confirm the inversion fair value gap. This is my protraction model, by the way. So say I missed the trade, I would do something like this. If I missed this original entry, this would probably be my next entry. This inversion fair value gap. So we can watch this, see if the other model would have worked as well. I wouldn't say model, it's the same model, it's a different setup. That's what I should say. I do want to quickly glance at the -1 level of this. Oh, that's a really nice overlap. Interesting. No closure below forming the order block. We did get the inversion, but no order block yet. Nothing really. Touching that inversion fair value gap again. Ideally, we respect it. Obviously. What is this, man? I noticed when I first started trading, like I would get so scared when I see a body form, but always just wait for the close before you know, always. The body, like every single candle is gonna form with a body. It'll the wick later on, you know, that's how it forms. It's just how the cookie crumbles, I guess. So like this is a body right now. Don't get excited. It has to form a body in order to put in the range. That's how it trades. Right? So shoot, I forgot to eat my cereal. Are people still watching, man? What's chat saying? I haven't checked chat in a while, bro. I've never checked chat once this entire stream. Original stop could have been, yep, original stop could have been tighter for sure. For sure. I was being extra, what's the word? Giving it extra room just because in case it wanted to be range and give deep retracements. It's typical on days like this. 147 people, but only 18 likes. I got 150 people in here with 15 likes. It's outrageous behavior, guys. What's up, Roddy? I didn't take the same trade. Waiting for the recap. Great trade, brother. I mean, maybe, yeah, maybe. You know, a lot of people would have probably looked to partial. I did say negative standard deviation number 1. I said that could be a partial idea. But the reason I didn't take it is because it's so close to previous day low. So I thought we would get those extra 20 points. Is that greedy? I don't know, man. I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, I read chat for a little bit there. Some people are saying close and stuff. Nah. I like the bodies respecting this inversion, but we're not displacing lower. It is definitely slowing down a little bit. Still bearish though. Nothing. This would have been a nice. This order block formed on this candle. We would have had an explosion down to previous day low. But the 10 minutes there, it closes in 4 minutes, so we'll see if within the next 4 minutes we can get that order block and then a clean delivery at 10:30. It's kind of what I'm looking for right now. Yeah, we'll see. 15-minute candle. This candle is simply just closing bullish. It could just be the 10:30 candle that delivers it, as well. Nothing wrong with that. ES, man, look at ES, guys. Thickening behavior. Outrageous behavior from ES. Like, I should literally just close this realistically. Like, what am I even looking here on ES? It's not telling me anything. It's not telling me anything besides that this could go sideways for potentially forever. Oh man, what if we really go sideways for like 30 minutes or an hour? That would suck. Gotta remove this OB marking because it wasn't immediate. It wicked here. And you can kind of see how like it wicks here, so you don't get that continuation. But most likely if it would have closed here, then you would have got the continuation, right? That's just kind of how it works. So that's why I like to gauge those wick. Whoops. That's why I like to get. Why is it doing that? Oh, I clicked that button. Bro. That's why I like to do that. I'm going to remove the 1050 marker, 1050 macro marker. We could just get previous day low. Come on. I know you guys are hunting liquidity. Let's hunt this one. The big fat liquidity pool right here. A really big fat juicy liquidity pool right here. Right at previous day's low. Previous day's low. Imagine the stop loss is at that level. Me personally, I would have run it. But they have to engineer liquidity here, so that's just kind of how the market moves too. So I'm not worried about putting in swing lows that are higher. No need to worry at all about error. You should never worry in a trade. That's one thing. I think that will make if you can, what's the word? Like if you can minimize worry, I think that's really important because worry will make you make bad decisions. Speaking from experience, never worry. What are you worried about? Literally, what are you worried about? You're watching a candlestick paint. What are you worried about? There's no reason to worry, ever. Try to minimize worry. It will make your trading a lot easier. That candle does not have a low, so I wouldn't want to see us trade back to it eventually. Uh, 2 minutes here from the 10:30 open. If we can leave this high, take it at 10:30 and then go lower, that would be ideal. Or we take it now and then get the breaker at 10:30. That would be ideal. We were 16 points away from TP. 16. I don't think it's greedy, man. I was doing what I thought was right. We'll see. If it reverses, it reverses. Because that's a really strong candle. That's why I'm saying this now. But we're approaching that 10:30 marker. Ideally, we don't inverse the 5 in the city. That's what matters the most. We do have a tiny little 10-minute fair value gap right there, formed at this high. So this could be a soup opportunity. What an eventful trade. My stop cover is the 5-minute order block, by the way. That's where my stop loss is. Maybe I'll manually close if I need to, but all right, 10:30 right there. Boom. This is your 1030 candle. I believe this candle will deliver lower. We shall see. There's your soup. Ideally, this takes us lower now. Hopefully, we don't just go back into consolidation. When I say consolidation, I mean like back into the range, which is higher. It's a very strong 1030 candle, man. We're almost at the 10 a.m. open. Damn, we just took. Oh, there's the equal highs on ES that we were talking about for so long. You guys remember those equal highs? I really forgot about them. But we do have an SMT. It's a really big SMT. Ready? You guys want to see the SMT? That's your bearish SMT right now that just formed. Crazy. That's crazy work. Outrageous behavior, if you ask me. Outrageous behavior. But that's just me. I think we're inversing the 5 potentially here. I still think I'm still bearish. That is a very strong close. Huh? What just happened, bruh? No, that's crazy. What's 1030? There's literally no news. Did you guys see that? That's crazy, no? Did Trump start speaking? Guys, I don't want to hear anyone say you should have taken Parcel's book. Forget it. I'm following my rules. Just save yourself time. Sorry, bro. I pressed the buy button. Yo, that was a crazy candle. Why couldn't we get that for previous day low? Nah, it's just rigged, bro. That's a crazy candle, bro. Crazy candle. I am going to put my stop at this high now. Trump been fucking up the markets. We will go lower. Bro, what that's a manual intervention, bro. Come on. Why would you risk all profits? Because I thought we were going to take previous day low. Simple. My buy was heavy. I'm slipping on promethazine. But from the SMT, I want to see that pump higher. That's a crazy candle. That's all I'm gonna say, bro. That's a crazy candle. Crazy candle. You just got stopped out. I'm still in. But I did get stopped out on Top Step. Plus $8. So we're only in on this account now. No, that's crazy work. That mind blowing. Isn't that the soup you waited for? No, I was waiting for this soup at 10:30. I don't know what that was. That was like a 2 or 3 second move higher, which was only 20 points, but still for 3 seconds. For 3 seconds, that's a insane move. Anyways, we're still in the trade. Let's calm down here a bit. So we do have an fair value gap right here. I do want to see this inverse. I told you, listen guys, this is why I don't read chat. I don't want to hear I told you. I don't want to hear your opinions. Respectfully, if you're here to watch me and listen to how I read price, how I trade my model, you're welcome. You're here to stay, enjoy, do what you got to do. Anything else, you're literally just wasting your time. You'd recommend TP? I'm just going to leave it right there, brother. Fingers crossed? No fingers crossed. It's not. That's it. You just follow your rules. Only thing my fingers are crossed for is that I continuously follow my rules and don't make any decisions based on fear. No need to pray for me, brother. You think it's going to take the lows? If we inverse this fair value gap, yeah. How do I become one of your students? You can join the Discord and message me, and we can take it from there. It is possible still. The thing is, after seeing some, I don't care what anyone says, that is 100% manual intervention. There was at least no news on Forex Factory. I don't know what just happened, but we expanded that far in it was 1 second pretty much. So GBP USD, nah, that was not it, bro. Trump's not speaking though, is he? Is Trump speaking right now? Because if Trump was speaking, that's a whole different story. That's a mistake on my part. I did not take any partials. Well, they literally went in there and sent it higher. You know? What's your broker? I'm using, this is on TradeAvate. These are TradeAvate accounts. That is not manual intervention, bro. It's called IBDA. I mean, maybe. It's, you don't normally see that kind of volatility spike at randomly 10:30, you know? You just don't. You most typically do not. I was giving you another chance to close for profit. It's all up to me following my rules, but that's literally all I am looking for. Look at the 3-minute OB. There is no 3-minute OB. This is not an order block. Incorrect. This is an incorrect identification of an order block. I don't know why this month we've had to hold trade for ages. For real, bro. Brace your trading off intuition rather than fear. Just the same. Regardless if it hits your full take profit, take your partials. You're not a trader, not an analyst. That is a good point. Just the partial level did not make sense. Am I just going to close because I'm up a certain amount of money? That doesn't make sense. Displacement from a fair value gap or from a liquidity pool. We didn't take out any liquidity, so that 3-minute is just a down close candle. The 1-minute has an order block because we swept this low. This is a 1-minute order block. You can't hold to your idea if price shows you otherwise. The only reason it showed me otherwise was that 1-second candle. That 1-second candle, 200 views, she's bro, we're going fast. Me, don't forget me when you get loads of views. I won't forget you, brother. This is why I don't read chat, bro. All of a sudden, all you guys act like you are the best trader in the world. Yeah, we never inverted this fair value gap. It's still a bullish fair value gap. What model? I'm trading my power of 3 model. I gotta stop down. Yeah, man, this chat's crazy. What's your reason for holding here still now then? Good question. I don't know. Break even. That's why. Just chilling at break even. Make sure my losses are covered. That's all. My stop's been break even this entire time. I have never moved it. It's been the high of the 5-minute order block this entire time. Is PA good today? Yeah, it's not bad. Price action. I mean, listen, the reversal right here is, I'm not going to say outrageous, but very rare. Like, we were very close to previous day low. Let me show you guys the daily chart. We were just like really close to taking previous day low. 9 times out of 10, we just take previous day low, you know? Gotti, I'm so fucking proud of you, man. I was bullish. Didn't realize what you said is correct, and I managed to change my buy. Second, didn't break my rule. Just see that with man go lower. Good job, bro. I'm glad that you managed to see that. That's very good. Very good from you. Yeah, I mean, but you have to act according to it if it's showing you that. It didn't show me that. You know, it didn't show me that until we got a 1-second expansion. That's, everyone's acting like we were going up for like forever. We didn't touch the daily fair value gap. Yep, 30-minute bearish. Told your ass. The only reason I'm reading chat is because this is gonna be my last trade. And there's nothing I can do about it now. So this is the trade, to be honest. Not gonna touch. Don't you usually take partial that? No, I never take partial that 2R. Unlucky. The trade was great, and most people can't hold the trade for that long. You did what your model told you to do. Hats off. Appreciate you, Raja. But the hand is in control. Just because I could have clicked partial, guys. Why would I where? There doesn't make sense to partial anywhere here. It really does not make sense, in my opinion. Unless you're trading fixed risk to reward ratios. This doesn't make sense. Why would I? Is this XRP? No, bro. This is not. My background color, 56F 7EC. 56F 7EC. I passed my combine from that random bullish wick. Nice, bro. Also screw your wrist aware. Listen, I'm not opposed to taking partials. It's just I need to take partials at levels that make sense. That's all. That's all. No, I'm not tripping, bro. You're good. Don't worry. Taking partials at any short-term low forms. I don't trade like that. I don't like that. 22157.5. 221. Oh, you're talking about longs? Anything low in price run can be a partial. I understand that you're just saying that because ICT said that, but I don't think you were really understanding what he was saying in that video. You don't just do it every single time. It's very specific. Like here, sure. Sure. Here you can argue making a partial here. But realistically, how much am I going to partial when I'm that close to my final take profit? Just doesn't make sense. Am I going to partial as we form a bullish breaker, a bearish breaker? No, you don't partial this. You just formed a bearish breaker. Why would you partial? Doesn't make sense. We just formed a bearish mitigation block right here. So you would not partial. This is not running down equity. That's just like, I'm going to say incorrect. But you're not going to be partially when we form that bearish breaker. So you don't do it here, and you definitely don't do it here, because that's your bearish mitigation, and we just traded off the order block. And at this candle, you can make the argument. At this candle, you can make the argument to close. But when you're 20 points away from previous day low, and we've been one-sided the entire day, it does not make sense to close after this 1008 large expansion. So like, you know, don't be a hindsight Harry. At 1 standard deviations, you can partial. You could make a fixed system where you partial at -1 standard deviations every single time. I don't do that though. That's not my model. You can do that if you want. I'm not just gonna randomly do that today because I was like, -1, let's do it. Yep, that is the one level I marked out. I marked out the 4-hour rejection block, which I said you could potentially partial at. But that was 1R, so I'd rather would have just left it. All you, man, the comments saying closer buys was so obvious to the biggest hindsight traders ever. Today was high resistance. Yeah, it looks like we might just range. We're probably going to leave previous day low. Probably get the break even here. Still bearish. Maybe 1050 macro or lunch can reverse us lower. But I'm not going to look for any more trades. Just going to accept the fact that we took a good trade today. We didn't break any rules. We followed the trade, had conviction, did not get worried. We did good today, man. I give myself like a 10 out of 10. Literally going back, I don't think I would partial anywhere here, to be honest, bro. Why you don't take 5? 5 what? Yeah, exactly, Troll. Why's your name Troll 4 Loris? Yo, guy, you think we were just reducing the 1-hour FEG? If I had to guess, I think that level will be saved for another time, whether it's previous day low, and there we go, we're out break even. Whether it's PM session or whatever. We just engineered those equal lows. That's all. That's all it was, which is fine. I just didn't expect it to like actually expand so much higher, but it's fine. Shout out to the guy who full ported longs earlier. Yeah, good job, bro. Not trying to bash you, but higher resistance conditions require lowering risk and aim for lowering hanging fruit. That's the thing. There's no targets though. There wasn't really a level that makes sense here. You know, the 15-minute rejection block. Sure, I guess I could have looked at the 15-minute rejection block. 22143. What's 22143? Yeah, I think so too, Ryan. Not trying to. No, you good, bro. You good with them, maybe. I don't mind any like realistically logical comments. Are you done for the day? I'll probably trade PM session. An FEG on the 1 minute. Brother, I'm never going to partial. I'm never going to partialize something like this. Not when previous day low is right there. Like, if you're going to do that, then okay, why don't you partial right here or right here or right there? Like, that doesn't make sense. You know? PM session starts at 1:30, but I'm going to wait till after the news before I trade. So PM session will start. Yep, I got stop break even. PM session, like the news is at 2, so I'm probably going to look to trade after that. Not pretty. I'm 100% going to look for after that. So I get a big inflation, higher risk on the position, and mess myself. I take a short position. If not, I'm looking for a close. It's not a bad idea. Will you be live for it? Probably not. Won't be live for it. No. Did you go break even? Yep, we hit break even there. Surprisingly, we were in that trade for about an hour. Good trade, bro. Appreciate you. Do you think it's evaluating close if it kind of closes above a BPR? To me, the reason it doesn't make sense to close there is because one, we had a small 10-minute civvy. So this is what happened, for those of you who don't really understand. We had a 10-minute civvy right here. We traded into it 10:30. 10:30 power 3. Look at your 10:30 low, man. This was like textbook to potentially look for another short entry. So I thought we were going to look for a reversal from this point. And then, in a matter of 1 second, we got like a 20-point expansion higher. So there's really no in between. We should respect PD rates and extreme discount when higher time frame. We didn't reach any discount PD rates on the higher time frame. We didn't take any daily sell side, any 4-hour sell side. 10:30 lunch macro. 10:30 is not lunch macro. That's not true. It's 11:30. It's not 10:30. If you're talking about that ITT concept, it's 11:30, not 10:30. I closed after a disrespected. Yep, we hit break even. I closed it after a disrespected 1020 BPR. 1016. I don't see any 1020 BPR. Your PD rate was the 5-minute candle FEG. Brother, all I'm gonna say is that sounds like the most hindsight thing ever. Like saying, "Oh, you should have closed because we didn't respect the 5-minute FEG." Bro, what? Like what? So why didn't you close the trade right here then? At 9:30, we respected it. Like this just doesn't make sense. Like I'm just saying you're only saying that now because it rejected out there 5 minute, but there were multiple 5-minute fair value gaps that at the time. Oh yeah, 1016. Yeah, it becomes a BPR. It becomes a BPR like on this candle 10. Oh, you're saying it formed at 1020. Yeah, but the BPR is 1016 candle. So just when you. Yeah, like that closure. Yeah, you could have done it there. Could have done it there. You never show the stop loss and profits only to levels that make sense. I mean, could have still partial 50%. Unless, yeah, if you have a system where you're partialing at fixed, what's it called? Not fixed risk to reward. Fixed risk to reward, fixed percentages. I mean, yeah, for sure. Cook, nope. ICT said lunch macro can start 10:30 to 11:30. I really do not think he said that. That's really not true. It's 11:30. That's when lunch starts. I mean, I feel like we're going to retrace. Is that Bitcoin? Nope, this is NASDAQ futures. You're a good trader. Thank you, bro. You're going to stream PM? Nah, probably trade on my own. I feel like we're going to retrace into that 15-minute FEG before taking previous day low. Why were you bearish today? Just bearish order flow the entire day. That's one. Second reason was the 15-minute bearish fair value gap right here. And then my model formed at the perfect time. The reason I was bearish is I thought we were going to take previous day low. Simple. Yeah, simple. Simple. Just that. Order flow, premium, and previous day low as a drawn liquidity. And then the model formed exactly the way I wanted it to. So, take care, Nova. See you, brother. That's why I was bearish. Chat is autism. It is what it is, bro. Did you partial? No, I did not partial. Is your win rate different in AM and PM? No, pretty much the same. As long as I follow my rules, it's the same. Do you think the daily low will be taken today? If we get a reversal in lunch or PM, then yeah. He said 10:30 can sweep and start to run. That is not a lunch reversal. That's that's not what you said earlier. Yeah, 10:30 can reverse. Yes, sure. That's not what you said earlier. You said the lunch macro can start at 10:30 and run against opposing liquidity. That's not the same thing as 10:30 can reverse. That's like saying the car will start if you turn it on. What? It's 11:30, bro. Yep, 11:30 is the lunch macro. Yep, we took one trade. We got stopped to break even. Your face is funny as hell when I cannot take off and come back. Yeah, I'll check. Why do you not partial at 2R? I don't partial at fixed risk to reward ratios. We only didn't get our low because ES trolled. I mean, listen, it could have been like some stock news. Maybe someone said something. I don't know. Could be. Nvidia's up now, which is also kind of crazy. Nvidia flip. Could have been some news. It is what it is. If there was a level to make sense, like we're literally trading at the low of day right here. Why would I partial here, man? What's your win rate? I was like 50, 60, depending on how good I'm trading. If I, in theory, with my model, it's like 75. And if I have the right drawn liquidity, if I have the correct drawn liquidity, it's like a lot higher than that. I'm not going to give a number because people are going to think it's BS. I just want to heard him say 10:30 to 11:30. Finna go watch 10:30. So no, it's lunch. I'm not sure exactly what you're referring to, but lunch is 11:30 to 1:30. That's lunch. That's your lunch. It's actually a 2-hour period. 10:30. 10:30 is just 10:30. It's just the halfway of the hourly candle on 10 a.m. Halfway into your silver bullet. Yeah, and you can reverse anytime between 10 to 11, pretty much. 10:50 can even give you a reversal sometimes. It's rare, but it's possible. Do you know if you can copy trade Apex and TopStep live funded accounts? If they would trade ovate, as long as they're both with trade ovate at the same time, if you mean, yeah, they would trade ovate. I'm just telling you, you could partial at extreme discount and premium array levels. I agree with you. Intraday, I think that makes sense, but I don't really understand taking. I don't know. Maybe I don't have a good partial system, but like in my opinion, a partial at this 5-minute bullish fair value gap, we literally inverse the fair value gap, bro. So what do you even? I don't even understand what you're saying, but we inverse the fair value gap. I really think it was just manual intervention. You know, that's just me though. Maybe I'm just. You think I'm gonna trade? Yeah, I think. Yeah, we'll probably see some. This wasn't bad price. How do you see org? You gotta go to regular trading hours. We only didn't. Yeah, possibly. Word amount has been reversed anticipation 10:30. I think it was manual intervention. Someone said something about Trump and China dealing. They had like a deal at 10:30 or something that was announced. So that could have been it. Guys, we saw like 25 points in 1 second. Yes, you can cut it. What do you mean? Can you show me? Yes. Don't you think defeat up to you? That, yeah, possible for sure. Definitely possible. It could have just wanted to engineer relatively equal lows to run later on in the day or another day of the week, maybe. Do you think we're gonna sell now to take the lows? It's possible. It's 10:50. It's possible. If we reinverse first presentation. No, that was definitely intervention. Yeah. It was just too fast. Like if that happened in over the course of 1 minute, yeah, that's one thing. But the fact that it happened in like 1 or 2 seconds, then it was either a news drop, which is intervention, or it was just straight intervention. I think the PSP has been calling this. It's possible, yeah, it's possible. This could be your move right here too. How many contracts do you trade on what size account? Funded or eval? Depends. Can you show me? Yep. So right here, bottom right corner, it says ETH. If you click regular trading hours, you will see the gap. Sometimes it'll be really big. Sometimes it'll be really small. This is a decently sized gap today. Funded account or eval? Are you asking? Right now I'm on evals. Can the first presentation be 9:30 candle? Has to be after 9:30. So this one doesn't count because it's 9:29, 9:30, 9:31. The first candle has to be 9:30. Yeah, middle candle can't be 9:30 exactly. Is this a fresh eval? Oh, my top step ones are almost passed. To be fair as fuck, a lot of people move to trade chart 30 on my paper trade. Yeah, you can try if you want. It's probably similar. Did you get that, Nova? I'm still in, but are you re-entering? No, I'm not gonna re-enter. Realistically, this is also, it already just went too far down. I would have want my entry to be around here. This is just going, bro. 9:30 gap. First presentation for value gap. That's this one right here. It's your first fair value gap after 9:30. Yeah, look at that, guys. Wow. Wait, wow, wow. Bro, how do I edit that TikTok, bro? I'm just gonna make a recap. That's a freaking 50-minute recording. I would do top stack, Abdul. See, now it's different. Now that you have this price action, if I was in shorts, yeah, you can partial at this low here and then leave a runner to previous day low. That's a completely different story than this. This is low of day. We're just gonna partial every time we take a new low of day. Like that doesn't make sense. Does not make sense. You would do what? I think if I entered shorts now the partials make sense because you're trading inside this range. So in case you're wrong, right, and it's gonna reverse, it makes sense to partial at discount arrays. That's how I partial. But if we're trading at low of day, doesn't make sense to partial in my opinion. You think we're going to premium? Honestly, if I was to justify this move, yeah, I think it just engineered liquidity to then run on later, and it looks like it's going to happen now, based on my displacement. Yep, I figured it out. Sorry, man. I actually finished my first PDF. How do I get the discount tool? You can just use Fibonacci tool to make it simple and just mark out 50%. So you can do that. I use this GAN box tool though. This one's called GAN box. I'm not trying to hate, bro. I'm trying to bob my head out. Keep in mind though, how could you stop a big win and end up breaking even? I'm not a great trader, just trying to help out. No, you're right. I do question, and that's why I asked. I don't know if you were there earlier, but in the live stream I said if this trade reversed on me, would I go back and do anything differently? I'm gonna be honest, bro. I don't think I would. Like the only thing I can think of is like, okay, maybe just like maybe this SMT, like this candle formed and there's an SMT and it's close to my TP, so like just partial, but that's like so ambiguous. You know? It needs to be something that's like mechanical and replicates, you know? I can't just I mean obviously you have to read price as it goes. But we're trading at low of day here. So what's your PC? It's a custom. It's a custom PC. But based on my previous CP, I'm gonna be slightly mad. It is definitely frustrating, but it is what it is. Just come back tomorrow and do the same thing, yeah. Alright, I'm gonna do a trade recap because I wanna post a video. So you guys are gonna have to stay here, do the trade recap. Famous last words. I would be a bad trader if I won't lock in any profits out of this. I did say that. But like I don't know what that's the thing. I agree. I agree with whoever in chat said like you shouldn't be up that much in a trade and not close anything. I agree with you. But where would I have closed that made sense? That level was not there for me. You know? Where I like even going back in hindsight, the only thing that kind of maybe makes sense is this CEO the 4-hour wick. I guess. Sure, yeah. It's not I mean that's not bad. Where was that hit? Yeah, about right there. Yeah, see 4-hour wick. I guess 15-minute rejection block. Maybe in case we were gonna engineer lows. I think this one is the only one that I can actually accept. But like the 4-hour rejection block is here. But you know what? I guess those two levels overlap. Like CE of that. Maybe the low of that gray pool. I don't know, man. It's so easy now. 5-minute inverse. 5-minute inverse could lead to previous day low. I don't know, but if my model is gonna form, then we have to inverse this fair value gap. Not that I would trade it. How long after news? In this, what's a gray pool? Gray pool is when there's multiple wicks overlapping each other. And I really wouldn't use this in your trading, but it's just something to consider. See how these two wicks overlap each other, for example? These two like long wicks. They form, if you look at the 50% at both of them, it forms this little pool where they're like the consequent encroachment. It's like two consequent encroachments of a gap, pretty much. So see, this would have been a good partial, just like I said. Why is that a good partial? Because it's a discount array. And you don't know for sure. That's the thing about trading. Nothing is certain. You don't know for sure that it's going to go previous day low. So to play it safe, what's very likely that it's going to come into a discount. So this partial makes sense, in my opinion, which I already outlined in front of you guys, right? You said partial at the first low in discount, then here, and then previous day low. But in this case, we're trading at low of day, so it doesn't really make sense. Where does this come from? It's an ITT. It's just a PD array. ITT doesn't use it that much, but he did teach it. So I don't know. Does anyone here have some advice for me? I'm open to it. Maybe. What was the risk reward on that trade? That's another thing. The risk reward wasn't the best. I got filled around like 50% here, I remember. The original stop was here. Yeah, we're only at 2.6 R, so. Like, I can understand, okay, if my stop, let's say my original stop was right here. I mean, I would fucking close that shit. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. I would have for sure closed that shit. 4R? I know you're reading chat. Yeah, I'm done trading, so I'm reading chat. Would you ever take this if it inverses the FEG? Not anymore. Because it inverts the bearish one. So not. We have SMT now. If we respect this, put in the SMT, and then inverse, even this first one, if we just invert, I would short that. Would I short that right now? Like literally? Is that what you're asking me? I wouldn't be breaking any rules, if that's what you're saying. Does it meet my criteria? Yeah, it meets my criteria. We'd have to respect this fair value gap. And then we'd have to inverse this one. I wouldn't break any of my rules if that's what you're asking me, but no, I wouldn't take this right now. Look into quarterly theory. Nah, I've already tested that. I didn't find consistency. Can you explain SMT? No problem. Look at my left chart and look at my right chart. It's just a correlation, cracking correlation between the pairs. That was also ICT's trade, I believe, around the open. He took the same trade as me. Did he close? All right, hold on. That would actually be some insightful. No offense. I don't take much advice from you guys, but if ICT managed to find a nice partial that makes sense, let's see what he found. He did take the same trade as me. Nah, Did he partial at 50% of the wick? I think he did. He used the 4 hour. He used the 4 hour. He really. Interesting. So. All right, that's a good partial. And 50% of the daily wick and the 4 hour. So I guess he just uses the highest time frame wick. Okay, I like that. See, that's not ambiguous. That's what I like about that. Would you take people advice from? Nah, to be honest. He partialed that -1. No, so the two levels ICT partialed that. I'm gonna tell you guys right now. He partialed that. His final TP was. Why did he not expect previous day low? No, that's something I can't understand. He partialed that. This guy partialed a lot, bro. Oh no, he's sold. I'm tripping. His first partial was 22165. This is like so cringe, but I gotta go back and learn because I gotta figure out what like I could have done better. You know, we took a good trade there. He partialed at 221. So 22164, which he pretty much has marked out. That's 50% of yesterday's wick. So he partialed at 50% of yesterday's wick. I'm looking at his Telegram. And then his final TP. That's insane. Why was that his final TP? He partialed as we got closer to the 4-hour wick, and then he partialed at the 4-hour wick. So he's partialing as it comes close. Why is that? So these are where ICT partialed. I'm drawing them out right now. These are red lines. So this line and this line, I don't know what this is. He partialed here and here. That's good trading, bro. I don't even know what to tell you, man. That's good trading. And his final TP was 221. That's interesting. His last TP was a 4-hour wick, which is surprising that he wouldn't even leave a runner to previous day low. Why did he like know? Bro, now this trade, like, I'm not gonna even try to compare myself to. Did you take the protraction loss insta? 5-minute bearish. 1-minute inversion. You had targets for previous day low. His Telegram is inside of his YouTube community chat, guys. Protraction low, how you know? Because I saw it fail live. I was like, this is a protraction low. It's not A plus because it's a discount, but it's still a protraction low. How did I know? That's Insta. I shorted it right here, bro. And I did not close any. It's kind of funny. Yeah, I shorted it from here and I got stop break even here. I shorted right here. Caught a really good trade. DOE back again, streaking. Is the streak still continuing? I mean, I guess the streak hasn't been broken. We haven't lost, so if that's what you're saying. But I'm just looking back now, Insta. I want to see, no, because the reason I didn't partial because we're trading at low of day. Like, this is low of day. My objective was previous day low, and I even thought maybe we could get to the daily fair value gap, to be honest. So if anything, I was looking to partial at previous day low. I didn't really see any clear levels to partial at. I'm looking back in hindsight now. I guess 50% of the daily wick. I just feel like that's hindsight. You know? Like, I don't know. To me, that's just hindsight. Take care, Ryan. Yep, take care, brother. Sean Mendes took partials. He just said he didn't want to push it a day like this, so he said that was being content with that being enough. He never once talked about previous day low. That's like so surprising to me. I guess like on a day like this, he's just not even looking. Nope, I'm gonna be live streaming for a bit. I'm just gonna do it. The chat's gonna be completely off. Like I'm not even gonna glance. Which is like the best spot to take SMT? You can know from which high. It's not about which high, brother. It's about from which level, and it depends on your bias. It depends on the higher time frame, and it depends on the time. I have a video on high probability SMT if you want to watch it. It's a pretty good video, to be honest. Why don't you take partial profits? I do normally take partials, but to me there was just nothing that made sense. I'm looking back. I'm trying to go back and see what would have made sense. This is just insane precision from ICT, man. I don't know what to tell you. He shorted first presentation. He took the exact same entry as me. He's just copying me, bro. He's obviously just copying me. He took the exact same entry. He partialed that like... Bro, the thing is about... It's just a crazy stop loss. How's he gonna... Bro, he shorted like this. He literally... His trade is like this. What? Bro. Yeah, I would partial too, bro, if it was 20 risk to reward. Like, come on, man. Like, obviously it makes sense for him to partial. He's up like 20 RR. How to get good at managing positions? I'm working on it too, bro. I just let like a 90-point trade become a reverse break even. FOMC minutes today, yes. Well, I'm gonna show you guys something before we head out. Study Wyckoff? No, thank you, brother. I have my trading model. Very happy with it. I'm very happy with my performance today. Let me put something in the Discord journal. It's not gonna show the executions. Unlog it. ICT was in your chat signal botting. That's what I'm saying, bro. He's one of those guys that copy my trades, but then take partials or called it at 1R. We were up approximately 80 points. Yeah, I let an 80-point trade revert. That's not even the worst. Guys, I'm not joking. Listen, I swear to you on everything. I've let a 120-point trade break even with no partials. That's crazy. How can you let a 120-point trade reverse on you? It was that... I remember the exact day. I'll tell you. I'm not even joking. It was a day where we had like the cleanest equal highs. And I was just like, bro, I'm so sure it is going to take these equal highs. And it never did. It was a long time ago. Like 2295 or something. I remember it ended in like 95. I was bearish today. I took a short and we got breaking even. I don't know. We were up 80 points. It was a good trade. I guess you know what though? Maybe low of year. No, I do know the date. Like I just have to see it. I have to find it. Because I remember the market structures. I don't remember the date, sorry. I remember the market structure. I feel like it might have been these equal highs. And I like longed here. No, that wasn't it. It was way before. There was just like perfect equal highs, and we didn't take them for so many days. Oh, this right here, bro. Look at this, bro. Tell me. Nah, this was it. This was it right here. This was the day. I longed this day because we had a daily bullish fair value gap. We were expanding, and we had these perfect triple equal daily highs. It was this day. I longed. I didn't long it. This is the day I didn't take the long. I took longs on this day, right here, and I was up like so much. Like, look at the move there. I was up like 120 points. And I'm not joking, this was my TP. And it literally did not hit. Like, it just put in equal highs. Like, this black line was my TP. And that was a 120-point trade, and it reversed on me, hit me right here. That's the exact one. I'll never forget that. And you know what's crazy? User 44292150138. You know what's crazy? Right after that, right after that happened, ICT posted a TikTok. He posted a lecture on YouTube 2024, and he said, "Don't be that guy who takes a trade like that and says it has to hit my TP or I'm gonna break even. Don't be that guy, you know." And I was like, "Holy fuck, I'm that guy," because that's literally what I said. I was like, "Bro, this is either hitting my TP or breaking even," which is what I said today. The only difference is today I did not see any levels that made sense. Bro said the whole name. After 9:30, first 1 minute or 5 minute, which 1 minute. I would use the 1 minute personally. It's amazing how he's so confident in trading ideas. He's the master, I guess. I guess so. That's why it's For You page. That's what I'm saying, bro. I was like, holy shit, I am literally that guy, bro. The guy who says, like, today was break even, man. We were up 80 points and we broke even. It's quite unfortunate. I'm going to do a recap right now. So I'm going to have to talk as if, like, it's going to be cringe for a little bit, but I got to record this. So you guys just bear with me, all right? Just bear with me. Your YouTube got monetized? I am monetized on YouTube, yeah. I make about like $1 a live stream or something. I completely like don't this. I'm gonna have to record like it's TikTok. I'm gonna have to record it. Okay, so we just took this trade and we did hit our break even. We shorted here and we got stopped out about 1 hour later, break even. I want you guys to let me know, would you have taken a partial anywhere here? So I basically shorted the first presentation fair value gap right here on the inversion, and I was looking for previous day low as my final objective. I was planning to close the majority of my position at previous day low. We saw really nice one-sided movement. Everything I was looking for was happening. I was very confident. I followed my rules completely, but price reversed about 14 points from my TP, and we got stopped break even. Let me know if you guys would have taken your partials. Let me know where you could have taken partials. In my opinion, I don't think there's anything too clear to partial because we're trading at low of day, but let me know what you guys think. That was W, no? Was that good? That's kind of bad, I feel like. When we get our break even level. It'll happen. But just keep following the rules. 8. That was good, no? 4-hour high target. What do you think we'll hit? I'm not looking to trade anything during lunch. You were speaking fast. I do speak fast. Should I go slower? I would have moved my stop so I can at least get a Big Mac. That's funny. Stop loss at Big Mac. What's your stop loss? I'm not in a trade right now. My stop loss was just break even. It was at the 5-minute order block high. Okay, so we'll do one more. I'll do a better recap. I want you guys to let me know if you would have taken a partial on this trade. I shorted this first presentation inversion, basically shorting right here at 940, and I was looking for previous day low, which was at this level. This was my first idea as a drawn liquidity. We had a low resistance liquidity run. We're trading at low of day, so for me, I was not looking for any partials. I couldn't find anything that really made sense. Looking at the far left side of the chart, there wasn't really anything too clear for me to take a partial. I saw exactly what I wanted to see in the trade. We were respecting bearish PD raise, disrespecting bullish PD raise, making lower lows. We were almost at TP and then price reversed, and we got stopped out break even right here. My stop loss was at this 5-minute order block high, and it did cover my break even. So let me know if you guys would have taken any partials. Till next time, peace. That was a little better. That was a little better. That was a little better. That was good. I have to edit. Shit, which one's which? I want you guys to let me know if you would have. I'll just label this edit. Yep. See you tomorrow, my man. If you're gonna be here tomorrow, we'll do the exact same thing. Hopefully, I would, and I did. And I don't like editing. The thing is, I don't know where. Like literally anyone in chat right now. Before I go make food, tell me. I mean, besides the daily and 4-hour consequent encroachment level. Am I doing something wrong? Are you following your rules? If you're following your rules, then no, you're not doing anything wrong. If you're following your rules constantly and you continuously lose, then you probably don't have the best rules. You look like a cutie patootie while speaking. Better this time. Thanks, bro. Yeah, FOMC minutes later for sure. But as always, that was pretty much the only setup. It's my classic double purge. Good recap. Something else I do want to say is, hold on. I'm actually really curious. For 1 sec here. Let's deviate the opening range gap. Because I've seen people do this. I mean, we hit -5. That's bullshit, man. Yeah. 100% JP. He said that before, for sure. I was honestly thinking that. I didn't include it in the recap, but I was thinking that. No, I'm not mad about the break even. I'm just looking, I'm just reflecting, guys. I'm just reflecting. I want to see, was there anywhere to partial that would have made sense? Something that I can implement or maybe look for in future trade ideas, right? Or is this simply just one of my break even trades? I don't know. That's it. Simple as that. Simple as that. No need for the sad emoji. Are we talking about today? Yep, I was in a trade. I shorted right here. We were up around 80 points, and it reversed hit me break even. I'm just reflecting on the fact that was there anywhere to take partials that made sense? Like to me, this makes sense as a partial. This one makes sense. Sure. Arguable. I mean, no, sorry, I'm in regular trading hours. Like usually, I the way I partial is in if we're trading inside of a range already, but the fact that we're expanding on the daily candle, you see where the stream was a black candle just above. I would have put SL, so it's SL with light win. I can understand that. I don't like to really touch my stop loss unless it's to a level that made sense. So for me, my stop loss was the 5-minute OB high. I can show you where you could have partial. There's a 15-minute fair value gap. No, there isn't. We inverted this fair value gap. I shorted here. If you go to the 1 minute, did we inverse this gap on the 1 minute? We even inversed, guys. I mean, we even inversed. Listen, this is like the only PD array here. The 1 minute bullish fair value gap. I'm going to extend it all the way to the right. I'm going to extend it all the way to the right. Okay? Look. We inversed it right there. We came back up, but a bearish fair value. Does not make really sense to close this, in my opinion. Why do you think? It's not that. It's not that, Koala. It's just to me that I don't know where to partial that. Straight up, bro. I don't know what else to tell you. You have a. I think it's 30 days. Rami. I didn't know. Trailing SL does not make sense. In my opinion, you should not move your stop loss simply to secure money. If you're putting into a level that doesn't make sense. If you want to secure money, take partials. I'm not just gonna put my stop loss at a random level just based on P&L. Taking profits always makes sense. I agree. I just didn't know where. You know, I don't want to just make a random closure just because. You know. So maybe I have to implement something like a fixed ratio partial, maybe. You know, maybe every time. Like that's the thing. But me personally, I don't want to do that. Like I don't want it so every time I reach 2R, I secure 1R. I don't like that. You know, I just don't like that. I don't want that in my strategy. So if you don't know where and why, you can just put it above 50% of your creative rate. Why would I put my stop loss in premium if I'm in a short? To me, that doesn't make sense. Oh, you mean partial? I'm not. Listen, stop loss for me is definitive. Yeah, I fumbled the back. I don't know. Like, where would I partial? That's the thing. Price seemed to be at inverse, so putting SL around break even was a good move. SL at break even was a good move. My stop loss, I didn't fumble, by the way. It was a break even, but yeah, we fumbled profits. But like, my stop loss was this 5 minute order block high. That was a break even. My entry was here. This was my stop. Boom. So the stop is in a good spot. There's nothing else. There's a 5 minute bearish fair value gap right here. So I guess you can put the stop here, but that's whatever. 5 point. That doesn't make that's not like the true important matter here. The important matter is where could I have partial that makes sense. That's something I can replicate in the future. What I'm saying is just the whole range take. That's the thing. There was no range. That's what I'm saying. There is no range. This is low of day. This was just expanding. Bearish and bearish. This was my TP. This is a 1 minute bearish fair value gap from yesterday's low of day. So if you go to low of day, yeah, I usually partial at discount of the range. That I agree with you. But in this case, we're trading low of day. So if I'm expecting expansion to a level, I hold. This is low of day yesterday right here. See this line? That's my TP. This is a 1 minute bullish fair value gap from yesterday. 1 minute bullish fair value gap from yesterday. This is pretty much your last line of defense, I guess, besides this little tiny thing. And we inversed it solidly. So to me here, a partial doesn't make sense. You could argue a partial on this inversion, I guess, but we're in a 5 minute bearish fair value gap. So to me, it doesn't make sense. So Koala, ICT took the same trade as me. Do you want to know where he partialed? It's a bigger retracement, yeah, but doesn't mean that's going to invalidate the trade. Exactly what you said, bigger retracement. Bigger retracement's okay, as long as it's not a reversal. You gotta remember that still 15 if you didn't close below it. Bro, what 15-minute fair value gap? There's no 15-minute fair value gap here. That's between 400. What? ICT closed at the 50% wick of yesterday's daily candle. That's where he took the majority of his positions off. He looked at the 50% wick of the daily, and he looked at the 50% wick of the 4 hour. I'm assuming he's using those two wicks. Sorry, the 4 hour, which is the same as the 1 hour actually. I did know where to take profits. That's the thing. Unless I implement a rule, if there's no clear partial level, just take a partial at blank. 2 risk to reward, maybe 3. I don't know. You just shorted now? I mean, what I meant is we don't know where to take profit and place it secure profits. Price wants to retrace big if it take profit full TP then goes full TP. You're saying what doesn't make sense because you're putting your stop loss at a level that doesn't make sense. You're not saying partial. You're saying just put your stop at a level to make sure you don't lose. But all you're trying to do is you're trying to your trade's not invalidated though. So why would you put your stop loss there? If you think the trade's gonna reverse, then take a partial or close. Why would a price premium? That's how price moves, bro. That is how price moves. For example, this move higher. Like that's like saying, oh, you take this long and you put your stop loss at 50%. Well, doesn't make sense. If 15-minute FUG was your bottom ticked. Bro, what 15-minute fair value gap? This is the 15-minute chart on NQ. Which fair value gap, bro? There's nothing here. Time didn't even match for the long. I'm not saying take the longs. I'm saying taking your stop loss. Like you're saying this range, put my stop loss at 50%. That's what you're saying. Is that what you're saying, Quella? Like that rule just doesn't make sense. Also, when would I put the 50%? Why don't I use this range? I would have been stop break even right there. So like, what about this range though? Would I get stop break even? That doesn't make sense. Why would I put my stop loss right there, 50%? It just makes like you're gonna get stopped out so many times on trades that make sense. Price always retraces into premium before continuing. Not always, but sorry. That's what I agree. You know, I agree with that. That's why I don't have like a strict partial taking. I mean, I do have one system, but he's talking about ES, not NQ. You're talking about this. This is what you're talking about. I mean, yeah. I mean, if you think makes sense, it doesn't. Everything is a theory. Huh? I don't understand what you're saying. It's literally on Nasdaq. 15-minute fair value gap, February 14th. This, bro. This is the most high. You did not have this shit marked out, bro. That's all I'm saying, bro. You did not have that shit marked out. Does it have relevance? I mean, no, it could have relevance. It's just, bro, you just did not mark that shit out. There's just like that's so hindsight, bro. Like what? This guy said, bro, obviously you closed here. Look at the 50-minute fair value gap from February 14th. That's all 45. Bro, what? Hindsight Herald. I said everything is a theory, and I think it doesn't make sense why price would go to premium again if you had such a strong dollar, including in time when you entered. Yeah, but it's not even solving the issue, Koala. And also with that idea, like which range are you gonna put your stop loss in? Every single time we have a range, you would have been stopped like 12 times. Okay, in this case you wouldn't have. This case you wouldn't have. As soon as you put your like, you're gonna keep extending the range. Like that system is not good. And Koala protraction model is a retracement, and if it's A plus retracement, it's into premium and then inversion. That's literally the protraction model. It's the highest probability model in the PO3 setups. That's like literally saying, oh, if you were to do that, then you would, on trades where you would enter protraction, you would be closing, you would be hitting break even on reversal. It doesn't make sense. Can you explain why you were bearish today, if you don't mind? Yep, I was bearish because no problem. I was bearish because of this 15-minute bearish fair value gap at the time. So right here, so we had bearish order flow going into New York Open. That's step one. Bearish order, been bearish all day. Bearish order flow going into New York Open. That's step one. Step two, I'm bullish on the higher time frame, and I don't think Monday's low is a high probability weekly power of three low because we have a bullish fair value gap right here. So this is my higher time frame drawn liquidity, and we don't have that weekly PO3 idea. So we're going bearish into 9:30 open. Previous day low is still open as a liquidity pool, and we have this bullish fair value gap right under. And I'm bullish on the higher time frame, so weekly power of three idea. So for me, it makes sense for us to do that. And then the setup aligned at 9:30, so took it. That's all it is. We already had the retracement though. That's what I mean. What do you mean? I don't understand what you're saying. Qual, what exactly are you recommending? I don't understand. Are you recommending me to trail my stop? Is that what you're saying? The 4 hour wick? Yeah, the 4 hour or the daily wick. I think that's pretty much it. Okay, where would you have trailed your stop to and when? So I entered short. Like, what's the idea you're looking at here? I entered short here, 940. Any PD ray down here? No, there's nothing. That's what I'm saying. I mean, besides the 4 hour consequent encroachment and the daily consequent encroachment. That's it. Which is where ICT took his partials. That's your higher time frame PD raise at that level. So right here. It would have been hit. And that's where ICT partialed here and he partialed here, I believe. Yeah, he partialed here and he partialed here. Okay, so what I mean is if there's a PD ray down there, then when it hit the whole range, 50%, if no strong PD rays are in premium. What? Can you rephrase that? English doesn't make sense. Why do you need regions on the chart? You can just close your partial because ES was moving iffy. Yeah, that's a possible thing. You can do that. All I'm trying to say is, like, I'm trying to figure out something that not in hindsight, something that I can actually make sense. You know? Exactly, PDI trades, exactly. I'll read chat after. Heisenberg? Yep, Heisenberg. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense with me too. Why you not prefer gold? I just like NASDAQ more. Got you. Just sharing the Discord and general simulation, taking partial founders into consider it all comes down to individual preference. Cool. Let's see what you put, actually. Maybe something. Where'd you post the charts? First red day, 13-day rule. What does that mean? Where'd you post it, JP? On general. Okay, got you. Let's see what you said here. Is this you, Pablo? Yeah. Can you summarize this for me, bro? You know what? Honestly, I was gonna ask ChatGPT, but it doesn't make sense. Okay, so you have trader one and trader two. Trader one win rate 40%, and okay, so I see your depends on the win rate, it changes. So let's go to me because I like, let's say I'm gonna get like a 50% win rate. So trader one 50% win rate. That'll be the red line, and trader two 50% win rate. Trader one is 1 to 2 RR fixed close. Trader two is 1 to 2 R partial 75% trail stop and leave runner. But leave runner to what? Who is more profitable? Trader two? No, it's not trader two. It's actually trader one. No, it is trader two. But with a 60% win rate, it's trader one with the full close is still better. Trader one is trader one is worse when it comes to 50% win rate. Weird. So if you have bigger win rate, the partial. Interesting. You know what? Let's do something fun, guys. Let's do something fun. The thing is, it depends. It'll depend on the runner and stuff. Like, how are they going to simulate this? It depends where the runner goes. Let's say the runner plays out 33% of the time, and it goes to like 3R, let's say. Even if you hit your runner 33% of the time, I'm going to simulate right now. So if you hit your runner 30, so if you partial 50% at 2R, or there's like, this is so like, it doesn't really help. There's really no way, man. There's really no way to. I don't like to figure out a fixed system. I personally, also, what's NVIDIA? Is it surging? That should be surging. That sucks. I just want to figure out a, like, to me, just do what makes sense type of guy, you know? With TP at 2RR, it builds up fast. Something I will say is unless this is one thing that I could implement. Unless I'm going in and I decide this before market, not after, not during. Unless I'm expecting large expansion, I just close at 2R. You know, just close it. Close it at 2R. That's possible. But I don't know, man. That feels tough. That feels tough. It is a good strategy on days like this. Like on days where there's like FOMC minutes or we're expanding intraday a lot. Previous session a lot. We're just like deep discount or deep premium all day. 2R fixed. Close that, bro. But it's so ambiguous. It's so ambiguous though. That's the thing. Yep, I would trade PM session today. It's so ambiguous because like it's 2R, but like what if there's a level that's right there? It's a little bit more. Like you just close it at 2R. And also, what's gonna like in my opinion, this session was pretty clean. Like this, like I entered here. It's one sided the entire day, right? It's really clean. 10:09, like really clean. So, anyways, I will journal. I'm gonna show you guys. What I've been working on. Daily journal. Daily reflections here. Weekly summary here. Monthly overview here. So today will be Wednesday, February, and I'm gonna journal every single day. This is not even like trading journal. This is just journal. So I will do that. This one only 50%. Nice, bro. That's really good, bro. 2RR fixed close. I'm gonna tell you why it's low-key kind of good. On one account, it may not seem that good. Say you risk 200, close 400. Imagine you had 5 accounts. That's closing 2,000 now. So that same 200 to 400 is now 10R because you have 5 accounts. So it may seem like 5R. It may seem like 2R. But if you increase your capital, it's insane. Time bound is crazy. Yeah, like maybe it was greedy. I don't know. Maybe it was greedy. But like, this is the thing. It's never guaranteed that a trade that hits 2R, let's say, it's never guaranteed that a trade that hits 2R will reach your final target. But it is guaranteed 2R if it reaches 2R and you close. That's the thing. So 2R, if the trade is going to reach 2R and you close it at 2R, that's a guarantee. If the trade reaches 2R, it does not guarantee that it reaches your level. So that is something. But you also just kind of have to go back and say, like, how often does it go to R, you know? Honestly, like, I think this is just like more of an exception. Like this was a good trade. Obviously it was a good trade. And like this was looking really good at the time, you know? This was looking really good. We disrespected every PD array on the left, just kept going lower. Look at this strong candle, bearish fair value gap. Previous day low is 15 points away. 15 points. So 2118, like 21, like it was like right there. So we were really close. So it's kind of hard, you know, like Yeah, if you're talking about loss, it's break even. No, I'm not. I'm not even sweating that. I'm just thinking. Just thinking. Price is bullish now. I wouldn't even look at anything in lunch. I'd come back in PM and see. If PM gives a framework for shorts, then makes sense. But right now, we might take out the high of day. It's just going one-sided. No, it's definitely a valid trade. Definitely a valid loss. Break even is a win. Yeah, break even is a win. The only thing I'm saying is, like, this next time, what could I do differently? Anyways, we'll have to leave that for another day. Tomorrow, we'll be back doing the exact same thing. Appreciate everyone coming through. I will see you guys live tomorrow at 9:15 a.m. Eastern Time. We'll use the same model. That's it. That's it. Peace. Appreciate everyone coming through.